Good morning, this is Vicky.
And this is Jo.
And we're the Two Natural Ladies.
And we talk about the good news we all need and ways of getting the most out of life.
We help people with practical, uplifting ways we can all make a difference.
And we're striving for better, not perfect.
And we love a good laugh. Please enjoy the show. Well, there's this whole area of fitness, which we've talked about, which is fitness. And so this was something that we don't know who said this, but fitness isn't a punishment, it's a blessing. Nutrition isn't restrictive, it's healing. Health isn't a one-size-fits-all thing and may not look the same for everyone, but it's something worth fighting for. Again, talking about older people, you know, the number one thing is move your body. So it's not about you have to go to the gym and do a 5-hour thing, or you have to do aerobics, or it's no one size fits all. But keep moving, walking, you know, Pilates, aerobics if you want to, yoga, gardening. Doing something where you're moving.
Incidental exercise.
Yes.
Well, you know, having somewhere you want to walk to, like, you know, walk to the beach, walk on the beach. It's definitely...
walk to the shops.
Yes. Well, my body tells me now if I've not been moving properly for a few days.
Yes.
Even, you know, it'll tell me, and my back starts to get a bit niggly. So, okay, I need to go for a walk. Yeah. And having dogs is a good idea, I find, because they make me go.
Yes. That's right. Absolutely. Yes, it is a good way of getting your exercise. Yes. And this was actually another one that we read out, which I thought, acceptance of who you are right now. Today I asked my body what she needed, which is a big deal considering my journey of not really asking that much. I thought she might need some water or protein or greens or yoga or supplements or movement. But as I stood in the shower reflecting on her stretch marks, her roundness where I would like flatness, her softness where I would like firmness, all those conditioned wishes that form a bundle of never quite rightness, she whispered very gently, could you just love me like this? That's a poem by Hollie Holden, which I thought was fabulous.
Beautiful.
Yes. So, you know, it's not about trying to be what we're not.
No.
It's about accepting who we are.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, well, I think we need to post that poem everywhere.
Yes, yes. Yeah, and then it sort of brings it on to the whole you do you, which is something that you're a bit of a you do you person, aren't you?
I am a bit of a you do you person. I just thought we might be taking a break about now.
Did you?
Yeah. No? Okay.
No, actually, we should be. But we're not.
Shall we keep talking then? Whatever.
There's nothing there.
There's nothing there. Okay, well, the computer's doing the computer. Yes. So, yes, comparing ourselves with others, which this poem really points to, is, stop comparing you with others, but join others, being in a community that accepts us as we are, and that sense of belonging.
Yes.
So... And then, of course, blue zones, which you like talking about.
I do like talking about the blue zones because, again, it's what we were talking about earlier where they looked at, I mean, it's all about community and that those people who live the longest in the world are really connected to their community, and they do the incidental exercise and they generally do eat quite well, and they're connected as a community from the very young to the very old, you know. And I can remember, I think it was, I'm trying to think, Osaka in Japan, wherever it was. I can't remember the name of the place. But there were the really littlies doing Tai Chi in a garden with the middle-aged and the elderly. So they're all doing Tai Chi together. And, so it's again, it's about accepting who we are, being a community of people. And, yes, whereas we talked a bit about this last week, the whole Carpe Diem, seize the day, it all fits in because it's all there. How we are generally in Western societies, it's all about the young and the beautiful and the fit and the health, you know, like, yes, there's this image of what supposedly is what we should all be like. And I don't think anyone is like that, actually.
No. That's right. And so, and coming back to the struggle that you were having, I think we all individually go through the same struggle. And again, if we actually acknowledge that we're going through the struggle. And in school, when I was at school, I mean, I used to feel pushed around, and I don't know that even the people that we think are the popular people wouldn't have those feelings.
They do. I went to one of the reunions and I was talking to someone who was one of the most popular people, and interestingly, talking to my girlfriend who I went to school with, she said, "Oh, you were really good friends with this person." I said, "No, I wasn't. You know, I knew her. She was quite good friends with somebody else I was friends with." Anyway, when I talked to her, she said she hated school and how hard it was for her and how she never felt like she belonged. And I thought that was a real eye-opener for me. I thought, oh my gosh, I think our preconceived ideas about those people over there having a really great time while we're suffering here, particularly during those teenage years, I think we were all dealing with it.
Yep, and just maybe our outward expression was
yes,
just might have varied a bit.
Yes.
So, some felt like they needed to perform, and others withdrew.
Yes,
yeah.
That's right. Yeah. It's a very interesting thing, isn't it? I think we don't realise how others, particularly in that teenage years, but at all times, how others are experiencing life. And what's going on for them.
Yeah.
And that it may look like everything's going swimmingly. And, you know, I was talking to my grandson about that too. I was saying, you know, sometimes it looks like families are, you know, everything's really great and everything's really good. But I promise you there'll be things that aren't going perfectly for them either.
No,
so,
there's no such thing as a perfect life.
No.
And what's this about the old Greek guy in his garden, Joe? Any thoughts on that?
Yes. Well, It was actually part of the longevity movie.
Yeah.
Where there was just this guy who was, he would get up and he'd walk to his garden, which wasn't right, you know, where he lived. So he had to walk a distance. It might have only been, I can't remember how far it was, less than 1 kilometre. So it wasn't a long way. And then he would spend all day in his garden. That was his joy, and that's what gave him his exercise, and he just felt wonderful being in his garden. And then they cut it, and then you see him with the whole community, and they're having this amazing party, and everybody's cooked beautiful food, probably a lot of it from his garden.
Yes, sharing the food, sharing the love. Yes.
So it was just that whole thing of, again, being in that space of doing stuff which made him feel good, and it was productive and all the rest of it. So.
You've been listening to the Two Natural Ladies podcast. Visit twonaturalladies.com.au for more information. Thanks for joining us.